I'm coming to Winnipeg again and again, and I'm hoping I can please you fans, because you fans, right in the heart, that's what counts, and you guys got it. And I hope you keep giving it to me over and over again. Thanks a lot, people.
I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
We are Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.
Ooh, got a death match, baby.
Wrestling is weed, goddammit.
I am both, but I am the stuff, and the girls can't get enough. Check Wrestling with Weed. I love it. Wrestling with Weed is the stuff.
Be like RVD 420 because all you need is wrestling with weed.
Ooh, welcome back to Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for all the latest in Wrestling with Weed, merch, videos, and podcasts or interviews. You know, spark it up and let's talk some professional wrestling. So as of right now, it's over. AEW seems to have cut their ties with Chris Jericho. In his latest podcast appearance on BO, AEW owner Tony Khan was asked about Chris Jericho's future in the company, and here's what Tony said. Now, Chris Jericho is not being signed with WWE, not being signed with AEW anymore. Holy shit. He's an original. Holy fuck. Some killer. He's the original AEW guy. He was their first champion. You know, he was there at the first press conference they had in Jacksonville when they brought out Hangman Page. And I didn't know who the fuck Hangman Page was. But, yeah, so here's what he had to say. And I actually am so grateful for Chris Jericho for everything he has done here for AEW. We will never forget Jericho's contribution to the company. We wish him well in his next chapter. That's basically saying, appreciate you, get the fuck on. You're already over. You know what I'm saying? This is Tony Khan giving Chris Jericho his flowers by saying thank you before AEW cuts ties with him. Class act by TK. However, Darby Allin painted a different picture. This is the healthiest our locker room has ever been, and egos and cancer are gone. Basically taking a shot at Chris Jericho and a little dig at CM Punk. But he used to fuck with Punk, so I don't know where their relationship is right now. So, Chris Jericho is set to return to the WWE so he can retire with WWE, which makes sense. He can have one more run. I don't know if they're ever going to give him a title run, or maybe they give him the world title, you know, because that title really don't mean shit, you know. And maybe if Punk elevates the belt, because you know he's going over Jey Uso, because how the fuck you gonna have Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble and win the Battle Royal, and you give him the belt, and he didn't move the needle, and then you took it off of him. So it's like, bro, come on. So you got the sad reality is that no one he knows. No, what does it say? Hold on. The sad reality is that no, he is not what he was, not even in 2019. But he does have enough for a couple of matches. But isn't AEW? But this isn't AEW. His title reigns are over, and that could be true. That could be false. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he is a legend, and always will be a legend. You know, you just made the list. People still reference that to this day, and he put his A. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see AEW where it is now without Chris Jericho. and without CM Punk. Both former WWE guys. You know what I'm saying? When AEW started and Chris Jericho was the world champion and he was popping bottles, it was so over. Everybody loved it. He could still put on a great match. But in every company you wear out your welcome. In the last couple of years that Jericho's been there with the learning tree, and I forgot what the other one was. Chris Jericho is a fucking bona fide legend, you know? And when he's gone, you got him, Randy Orton, the last of the last, you know what I'm saying? As soon as those two guys are gone, that's it. You know, it's our tide, and you got the Hardys. I forgot about the Hardys are still doing work, you know? And those are our tie to our childhood. Everybody that's in their 30s, these guys were there when we were kids, and they're still here today. So, if Jericho's having a main event match, and it's near me, and I could go, I'm paying for it just out of respect to Jericho for putting his body on the line so many years for us. You know what I'm saying? And Lionheart Chris Jericho, he's a beast, man. I feel like he could come back to WWE and do a nice 2-3 year run. And then transition to maybe, because he got his band too, you know what I mean? He got a bunch of shit going on. So, them cutting ties with him is not the worst thing. Maybe they could have kept him in the back, but let good old fucking Lionheart Chris Jericho make his return to WWE, which is going to be a huge pop when he comes. I think. Not a crazy pop, but it's going to be a pop nonetheless. Let him do his last little run. Maybe give him the Intercontinental title, US title, fucking the world title, but not the WWE title. He deserves that, you know? One last run. You give it to fucking Goldberg. You can't give it to Jericho. That's it, you know. I'm not saying Goldberg's not an actual wrestler, but Jericho has been there. He's a seasoned vet. Been in Japan, been in the independents, been in ECW, been in WCW, been in WWE, been in WWF, been in fucking, not TNA, but been in AEW. So it's like, give him his flowers, let him have one more last run in WWE. I would love to see it. Shout out to Chris Jericho. You're still Lionheart Chris Jericho in my mind. So there was one more piece of news I wanted to talk about. Let's see if I can find it, because AEW, it looks like maybe she might be going. So it says, breaking news, Bayley is heavily rumored to be signing with AEW after her WWE contract expires next year. Really? In reality, she's done all she can in WWE right now. You know what I mean? So maybe it's okay for her to go take this little break, go to AEW. You got new competition. You could have stellar matches over there. You know, you could reunite with Mercedes Moné. Mercedes fucking boring Moné. Or maybe they become friends in AEW. Then she turns on it because she wants that title run, you know, and then let her get that title run. Bayley is still beautiful and can still get down in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know who Io Sky was if it wasn't for Bayley, or the rest of those guys or the rest of those fucking people that were in her group. Bayley's a beast. Bayley got good mic skills. I like Bayley. She's Mexican. What more do you want? You know what I'm saying? So shit, if she signs with AEW, that'll probably be good for all parties. You know what I'm saying? Go to AEW, win their belt, do their thing over there, and then later on do like everybody does. Come back to WWE, do your retirement shit, and boom, that's it. Go off into the sunset. I remember when Bayley used to come out with the fucking those waving signs and shit, and she would wave everybody. You know what I mean? It's just glad to see her evolve and become. She is a star, you know. I'm not gonna say she's like a mega star, but she is a star. And shit, wish her the best. I'm hoping to see her in AEW. Shit, that's the latest on what I just heard right now. And shit, remember, like, subscribe, put your comments in the comment bar, and let me know how you feel about AEW acquiring Bayley in the next year and cutting ties with Chris Jericho and letting him. I heard there's multiple wrestling organizations that want his services, so maybe he doesn't go back to WWE just yet, but we'll see what happens. So we wish Chris Jericho and Bayley the best success. Get your shit done, get your money, get your bag. Hey, let's go. I'm gone.